stupid. Have you had to chug this with beer yet?
I think it was like the very first week.
That's so awful.
Remember, this is what you wanted.
I have bad ideas sometimes.
This is what you wanted. You wanted this. It's what I told Courtney when she was giving birth twice.
Don't make me spit beer.
If you're watching this video, Marcus is struggling.
Dude, it tastes like dead freaking... Well, I don't know what this is. Ram. It's gross. They could have done a better job cleaning it out.
That's the smell of Vikings, Marcus, all right? Mm-hmm. Thor.
We're almost there, folks.
Do you want to sit down? Will that help a little?
Nope. It's better to stand up.
You got like one drink left.
Fuck.
Maybe one more.
Oh, that's good. Hoorah.
Well, after that
exciting intro
of the chug, welcome back to another episode of Two Drunk Guys and a Football Podcast. I'm your boy and host, Skinny Domestic.
And Marcus, not good at chugging, the Hammer Mary.
Yeah, if you're watching this video, that was you'll see that was definitely a sight to see.
I don't think people understand how gross that horn is.
It's actually a lot harder to chug from than people think too. Like you think holding it that way would like work, but like for some reason it doesn't. I don't know. It's just
there's no good way to chug from it, and then like you get the smell of like, I know that it's been cleaned, but it smells like dead animal. So it's like yeah, you get that Viking thing, but like I don't want to drink dead beer, dead animal smelling beer and like a.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what you wanted. Remember, you said you were gonna.
You're right.
So
you're right.
The Vikings actually won, so twice out the horn. Good for you.
You're right. 2-4, 28% chance of making the playoffs. I'm pretty sure that's the same percentage of me making the playoffs in your league too. Right now,
you guys got something in common.
You're right. We're gonna both sneak in.
You guys both 2-4.
Yeah, we are.
See, look, you guys.
I am Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty much. So, just starting off with the week, recap quarter one of everything that's happened, college, NFL. So like always, starting off with the college football. Did you watch a game at all this week?
No, I did turn one on. I was literally about to watch, what game was it? And then someone came over. Like, it was literally like someone came over and it took my attention off it. But I did plan.
Planned on watching the game, but didn't.
Mm.
So first we have basically just upsets. I mean, number 24, Kentucky was upset by Mizzou. So they're no longer ranked.
That's terrible, Mizzou. How are you going to get upset by Kentucky?
No, Mizzou upset Kentucky.
Oh, that's terrible, Kentucky. How are you going to get upset by Mizzou?
Oh, my goodness. Well, Kentucky was undefeated 2 weeks ago, and then they lost to Georgia, now Mizzou. Number 19, this was a huge shocker, was number 19 Washington State lost 6-44 to Arizona.
Oh, really? That's Penix, right?
No, Penix is Washington State.
But
or
yeah.
Washington.
Oh, Washington. Okay. Yeah. I was like, you just said
Washington State's good too, but
who's their quarterback?
I couldn't. But they lost 6-44 to Arizona, who Arizona has not been relevant. Like, there's one of those games where it's like, if you're in the Pac-12, like top half of the Pac-12, you're like, W. Like, you're just waiting for it. So that was a huge shocker. Number 14, Louisville loses to Pitt.
Louisville's ranked?
Yeah, they were ranked 14, and they lost to an unranked team of Pitt. 38-21. Like,
that is like the team that I kind of like out of all of college football.
Why?
Because of Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Lamar.
No, Oh yeah, Lamar too.
You have
Devontae Parker,
Malik Cunningham,
all the good quarterbacks.
Oh yeah. Number 23, Kansas lost to Oklahoma State, which
Oklahoma State, Des Bryant's college.
Yes, but they lost.
Oh, that's not
32 to 39. And then the big one of the week was number 7 Washington playing number 8 Oregon.
And
Oregon lost by 3.
You're damn right.
Over terrible clock management by Dan Lanning. Fuck Dan Lanning. Terrible clock management.
Terrible everything in football this year.
Yeah. Dan Lanning kicked the field goal at half, right before half. Don't go for just, oh my God. Decision making. It's like you get paid millions of dollars.
I did watch something.
What'd you watch?
I saw that guy's crazy catch
from Florida State.
Oh
yeah, dude.
And didn't he said some crazy stuff, didn't he? Like afterwards, he was like, "What did he say? He said something. I was like, oh, that's cocky."
Yeah, dude. Like that stank was crazy though.
No, it was. He
and then it just had to read oh my goodness, it was
that was a good catch. That was up there with some of the best college catches.
So the next. Yeah, dude, that Washington game was just terrible. And then, I feel like I missed one. No, that Oregon. Penix Jr. favorite to win the Heisman now, which I think so.
Future Minnesota Viking.
The dude's so accurate, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he played. He was definitely feeling it during that game. I'm pretty sure he did something with his ribs because the dude was breathing hard and was grimacing in pain, but pulled it out because Dan Landy's a fucking idiot. But
he's just a dog, dude.
Oh my God, so annoying. So highlights of last week. There isn't a whole lot like anything. I didn't really take anything for the scores that stood out besides the Browns upsetting the 49ers.
The Eagles.
I have that. We always talk about the Vikings and Eagles, but I'm saying in terms of the other games. No other game besides that one, besides the Eagles and Vikings, because we talk about them every week because they're our favorite team.
Skinny's like, I don't want to talk about this. I just want to get through it, and I'm not letting you get away with it, Skinny.
5-1. Fuck you. All right, that's all that matters.
The worst 5-1 team since the Minnesota Vikings in 2015, 2017.
I don't know. The Giants last year were 5-1.
No, 2016.
The Giants were 5-1 last year.
They made the playoffs. The Vikings didn't make the playoffs.
But they're not. The Giants were not a good team.
No. They beat the Vikings in a playoff.
That's because you just had Kirk Cousins. Okay, but the Browns upset the 49ers. CMC and Debo got hurt. And we're out rest the whole game, the rest of the game when they got hurt. Trent Williams came back, but man, that Browns defense. Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator, elite head coach. Ugh.
Yeah, no, he is a good defensive coordinator. And they have what's his face, Kevin Stefanski, who I loved in Minnesota. He was kind of like that fairy tale ending where he went through all the regimes. I think he was with Frazier and maybe Childress. What the fuck his name? Oh God, the one that was the coach with Favre and they got rid of him. It was Childress. Yeah. Brad Childress. He was with them, so he survived for years and years and years, and then finally got the offensive coordinator, killed it, and then he went to what's it called? Because we had John D. Filippo, and I freaking hated Filippo, dude. He was a terrible, terrible offensive coordinator. And then we got Stefanski, and we had a good year, and made a run. And that Browns team it's a well-coached team.
Yeah, you had your third string PJ Walker come in, and
PJ was trying to lose it for him.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
XFL MVP that shouldn't have been the MVP.
No, and then Brock Purdy did drive down the field, get him in field goal range.
And they missed it.
Kicker misses it, unfortunate events. But, dude, that Browns defense, what was the stat? They've allowed the lowest yards through 6 games in, what was it, 50 years?
They're crazy.
And think about how high-powered offenses are nowadays, the fact that you're able to do that. Very impressive, and especially with not having your number one guy, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, and if their offense is just
if they can
middle
get
of the pack,
click, if they can get them to click a little bit, if Deshaun comes back and he can actually start playing well, the Browns is a team very scary.
For how good everyone says the AFC is, the only team that stands out to me right now in the AFC that I'm like, okay, they legitimately are kind of scary is the Dolphins.
Yeah, everybody else has had like.
Yeah, I mean the Bills beat them,
but even then, I mean, it was bound to happen just because you're coming off a 70-point game. Yeah. Like it's gonna be that trap game like that happens. But yeah, dude, the Dolphins overall, yeah, you can't cover all that.
No, but I mean it's opened up in that division for it being the best football division. Really, honestly, people were talking crap about Joe Burrow and the Bengals. They could realistically make a run because I don't think any team, even the Chiefs, I don't think look that good.
Chiefs offenses looked bad at times. No, right now, speaking of Stefanski, Skylar and I were talking about like the two favorites are the two people that should even come close to winning the Coach of the Year this year, just based off of how these first couple weeks have gone, or Dan Campbell and Stefanski.
Oh yeah,
just like fuck everybody else at this point. I don't care, Mike, that the Dolphins have been doing what they're doing. Like, nah, fuck that. You like Dan Campbell and Stefanski are like the two that we think.
I feel like Mike McDaniel could be thrown in there.
Nah, fuck him.
I love Dan Campbell.
But here's the thing is like with Coach of the Year, it never goes to like the best team coach. Like Andy Reid would have Bill Belichick, Andy Reid should have so many coaches of the year, but it doesn't have it's not treated like the MVP or offensive. Like it's this team was not expected to do anything and they made the playoffs.
That's true.
So like usually how it goes. But
shall we get to news? Or no, we gotta go talk about our
we gotta talk about the Vikings beating the Bears.
I'm not happy. like
you would have rather just lost.
Yeah, Kirk did say that he's done this before, which he has. So he took the once they're the Washington Redskins to the playoffs, and I think they went 9-7 or 8-8 or something like that. It wasn't pretty, but he did it. So we could do it realistically. I don't see us winning this week. If we beat the 49ers, holy shit, I'd be high on cloud 9. But
would you rather have at this point? Would you rather have try to win and make the playoffs just to be upset in the playoffs potentially, or would you rather see them just kind of like, hey, let's lose some games, get a top quality pick?
So I think I'm kind of starting to think Kirk might be back for at least another year, which I'm okay with. Whatever we do, I will not be happy with however the season went if we don't select a quarterback in the first round next year. I think we need to and let him sit. Because Kirk, whether you like Kirk, I'm higher on Kirk than you, obviously, but Kirk's a good enough quarterback that you could learn from. Like
he's knowledgeable.
He's the equivalent of like an Alex Smith and Patty Mahomes. Like if you could get a diamond in the rough, like Patty Mahomes,
he'd be willing to actually
teach him.
Because he knows his days are coming.
All I know is I kind of hate Kevin McConnell. I really want I want Brian Flores as our head coach. Believe it or not, I'm kind of that defense, what it's done. I've been really impressed because it's so not talent. There's no talent anywhere. So I've been impressed. He's probably if he was our head coach, I'd be happy. But
then kind of made it easier with Justin Fields getting injured, but because.
And they almost beat us. But,
they almost beat you. But
they got coaching. The coaching was terrible. I mean, that was a fumble recovered by the defense. TJ Edwards had that, or whoever it was. I think it was Edwards.
I think it was TJ Edwards.
Yeah, they got robbed.
It was a bullshit call. And then the sad game, the Eagles losing to the Jets.
Trap game? Did we call that on Two Drunk Guys on a Football podcast last week?
Our offensive play calling and scheme has just been atrocious. Like, especially in the red zone, but like our defense literally bailed us out. We were holding the Jets to field goals every drive besides the last drive where we were like, oh, let's let them score. And then we can have the ball back with almost 2 minutes and 2 timeouts. Yeah. But it's just like, None of that happens if you just run the fucking ball.
I've said it once. I've said it twice. Once it comes to pure quarterbacking, I would rather take Kirk Cousins over Jalen Hurts.
No, because not the first. He had 3 picks, but the first one wasn't on him. He hit Dallas Goedert in the hands. Dallas Goedert fucking basically fucks it up. And then that last one should have never happened. It put him in a predicament that should have never happened. The second one, sure.
He is good enough to win. Like, I'm not gonna say that. Obviously you guys went to a Super Bowl with him.
He's only lost 2 games.
Yeah, no.
As being a starter.
No, he's good. Like, I'm not gonna say he's not good. But here's my biggest issue with Jalen Hurts. Everyone acts like Jalen Hurts is elite. They put him up there with the Patty Mahomes. I think Joe Burrow's elite.
I wouldn't put him
but
up.
People do. People do a lot. Well, people put him up there. I mean, fantasy-wise, he's better than all of them. But, like, people put him up there with Joe Burrow, Patty Mahomes. I still think Rodgers. Bo brought up a good point today, actually. We were talking about great conversation today. Jalen Hurts. People look at him. He is good enough to win, but he is not the guy. Like Patty Mahomes, you know how A.J. Brown was just going for Jalen Hurts? Wait, listen. That stuff that Adam Thielen does to Kirk Cousins, that stuff that JJ would do to Kirk Cousins, you know who they wouldn't do that to? Rodgers would never get that. Manning would never get that from a player. Tom Brady would never get that from a player. How
are you on Josh
Patty
Allen?
Mahomes? What?
How are you on Josh Allen as a quarterback?
I would say they're similar. Josh Allen's kind of more.
Diggs does it to Allen all the time.
Yeah,
like,
but
every year we get that.
But I would say they're similar. I said they were similar to
my
Jalen
biggest
Hurts.
thing is Jalen Hurts was a
second round pick,
defensive pass interference or holding potentially away from winning a Super Bowl at the quarterback helm. It's not like he was the reason why they couldn't win.
No, I'm not saying it.
But you're in Bo's discussion, whereas he's not good enough to get it all, but he was good enough.
I'm not saying he's not good enough to get it all. I think that people are like I think Kirk Cousins is good enough to get it all.
The issue is this year. The issue is the coordinator, the play calling and coordinator, the forcing the runs.
I just don't think that he's a player that will necessarily win you the game. I think that he's a player that if you have the talent around him, which you guys do, he can win a lot of games. But this year they haven't.
I don't know.
He's not that guy.
I don't know.
You think Tua's that guy?
Tua has way better of an offensive scheme than the Eagles.
Dude, the Eagles have a best offensive line.
Imagine throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown are not on the same level. Anywhere close.
No, but
I would say Jalen Waddle is better than Devontae Smith. Really?
No.
Bro, Devontae has not played
You guys.
I would take right now. I would take fucking Berrios over fucking Quez Watkins.
Over Julio.
Well, okay, Julio is not fucking
better tight end, better offensive line.
But
the receivers
all comes down to play calling.
The receivers are
play calling has been ass. Like what was it though? What game was it? Like 2 weeks ago or something? They had like 3 red zone trips and kicked field goals because our play calling was dog doo doo.
Here's the thing, too.
And not running the ball.
That team, there's no reason why the Jets should have been anywhere close to winning that game. That should have been a blowout. I don't care how good the Jets...
Because our offensive play calling is so bad.
But it doesn't matter if the offensive play calling is bad once you have Aaron Rodgers.
It does. What?
Aaron Rodgers will check out of that and do what he wants to do.
Yeah, but... Jalen Hurts is year 3. Aaron Rodgers is year 15.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
but he's going to be
he's not that.
He's going to be held to a different standard. The coaches are going to let him do way more than a 3-year quarterback. It's just like fuck Russ.
You think Burrow, but Russ, I don't think is in that category either.
But at the time, Russ, what was it like?
You got to think. I'm talking about the elite of the elite. Like these are like players.
Yeah, but these were guys that were also in the league for years to be able to do that. It's not like Tom Brady year 1 was fucking checking out of Belichick's fucking offense.
You think Joe Burrow by year 3 couldn't check out of stuff?
He also is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Way better. That's what I'm trying to say.
What I'm also saying is, if you're not at that point at any position to just go and check out of it. Jalen is a good quarterback, but it all comes down to coaching too. Russell Wilson literally came to the Broncos with a new head coach, and the new head coach did not let him do what he wanted.
And I was surprised about that, but
again, even though Russ was been in the league for 9 years, he's still, even with a new head coach, the new head coach was like, "You're doing it my way or the highway. That's it." I don't know how Nick Sirianni runs it. I'm not in the meetings, but Jalen Hurts, for the most part, is going to run what's called. Even in the fucking red zone, he's going to call because he's like.
You're very uncritical of your quarterback
because it's not 100. People blame quarterbacks for everything. 100%. I don't blame Kirk Cousins for everything. I just don't like Kirk Cousins. I say your defense is bad. I say your offensive line is bad. I agree that you guys think, but you guys have fucking Justin Jefferson.
But what I'm saying is, if you had a quarterback that is like a Kirk Cousins on that team, I think your offense would perform better.
No, fuck no.
More accurate. Your run game's still going to be good. You don't need Jalen Hurts to do that. Yeah, but
here's the thing is, your run game doesn't happen when your offensive coordinator and shit is not. We ran the ball 14 times.
Yeah.
You want to know how many times DeAndre Swift ran the ball? Like 8.
I saw that.
Like, that is the shit that I have.
There's no way they ran it 14 times.
Well, including Jalen Hurts runs, yes. It's like 14
That's crazy. Times. That's bad, but.
Exactly. Like, DeAndre Swift, 1 rush in week 1. Like, that's the type of shit that we're not, that fucks with us, is the offensive calling does shit like that. Yeah. So then you're forcing Jalen Hurts to do unnecessary. Jalen Hurts as a runner is better on as a kind of make shit up. Clearly you have the brotherly shove, but like if he needs to scramble, you can't call 2 QB draws in a row in the fucking red zone. Like shit like that. The picks, he's not making great decisions. He's throwing the ball deep. He's throwing some unnecessary
But
picks.
That's what I mean, though. Like,
But every quarterback does that at some point in their career.
Yeah, on a team like that, on a team that good with that much talent, I think that team is probably the second most talented team, at least in the NFC. Maybe third. The Cowboys are pretty talented. They got a lot of talent everywhere, but I mean,
yeah,
they do. But you got to make better decisions. Like that's Dak stuff. Losing that game, that's Dak Prescott stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Is I'm not saying Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts has the capability to clearly. He's shown that he can be better. I don't know what.
Once it's perfect though, you got to think.
But last year
everything was.
But last year he wasn't throwing the deep balls like unnecessary deep balls on like second and 8 or whatever. Like he wasn't trying to force
because he was playing like a game manager, running the ball, and then he was passing when he needed to. Like that last year was perfect
because of our offensive play calling was perfect to him. That's not happening
because you guys were running the hell out of the ball second half. Yeah. Like everything was perfect for him.
But when we're not,
game script.
But when our game, like again, it all comes down to your offensive scheme for that. When you're not playing like fucking Brandon Staley calling plays for the Chargers, shit like that. Other news: CMC is hurt, oblique. Kyron Williams out.
Anthony Richardson out for the season.
Is he officially, or is it like?
That's what Jim Irsay said. So
most likely,
probably. Yeah. We won our flag football.
Yeah, won our flag football league, so we get T-shirts.
We got T-shirts. Great. Good. It was a good year. It was fun.
Yeah,
our team's gotten better.
We still have the league tournament.
Yeah, we got the tournament, and then we got state in 2 weeks. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
We'll see how that all goes. I had 2 touchdown passes or catches, and Marcus went off too.
I had like first game 4 or 5. So
yeah.
Skinny's our red zone bean. Oh yeah.
It wasn't even the red zone on 2 of them. Well, one of them was kind of like the red zone. The other one I had to run like 30 yards. I don't know how the fuck my flag wasn't pulled, but okay.
I didn't know we could dive into the touchdown or dive into the end zone now, because once I dove, once I caught it and then I put my hand in the dirt and then I dove in there, I thought they were going to say, "Oh, it's not a touchdown," because we can dive now because we couldn't dive before.
Well, I don't really consider that kind of a dive. You were kind of like keeping yourself up too and momentum.
Oh, I 100% dove. I dove off that.
All right, quarter 2. We're gonna just start off with bad betting first because quarter 2 is gonna be. I already started a little bit.
Yeah.
So bad betting this week. Ravens Lions. Marcus didn't like this one as much as me. We still believe it's gonna be a close game. But I have the Lions covering +3 against the Ravens. I think it's gonna the way even losing David Montgomery. I think Gibbs does come back. The Ravens have been a little up and down, shaky. Detroit's defense has been playing really well. I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth, and it's going to come down to a field goal. So I think they can cover +3. Bills covering 8.5 against the Pats. The Pats have been atrocious still. They looked a little bit better. Some big drops.
Some life from Ramondre Stevenson a little bit.
Yeah, still not
great,
but I think the Bills are just especially after this Giants game, they're going to come back. That's a team that we should have just.
But Josh Allen's hurt. I saw. I don't know how serious he is.
I wouldn't be too worried.
The way he plays.
We have them covering 8.5. We have the Cardinals covering +7.5 against the Seahawks. We both agree that this is a game that it's the Seahawks should easily win, but the Cardinals have played every team tough. And
what's the Seahawks record now? Is it 2?
Are they 2-4 also? Well,
no, they might be 3-3.
Well, they beat the Cowboys.
Did they?
Yeah, they beat the Cowboys.
I don't remember.
That's it. Are they 1-5? They can't be, are they?
I don't think that they've done that well. I think they've done okay, but it hasn't.
They beat the Cowboys. That's the biggest, because everybody thought the Cowboys were going to steamroll them, and then they lost to the Rams, lost to the Ravens.
Why is it so hard to find a team's record? I didn't know I wanted the overall record. They're second in the NFC.
The Cardinals?
No, the Seahawks.
Oh, the Seahawks.
We're on different frequency. Yeah, I said I don't think the
Seahawks have been. Yeah, they're 3-3.
They lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
They won against the Lions. They won against, so that's 2, 3. Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. Okay, the Cardinals are 1-5. That's
okay. I was confused.
Okay, yeah, the Seahawks have not been pretty. They've had a lot of up and downs too. Kenneth Walker still has yet to have a game over 100 yards rushing too. So
really,
yeah,
but he's been money and fan. Oh, a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, he had 2. One of the game, it's been mostly that, and then he's getting a lot more passes out.
Zach Charbonnet's there though. They like him in the passing game a lot for some reason,
but still hasn't amounted to anything. I'm not worried yet until Kenneth Walker gets hurt. That's when I'll start because then at that point you know how Seahawks.
That's why I stashed him though. I'm stashing him.
So we have the Cards covering just because we think it's going to be a competitive game keeping going. Oh, yeah. And then we have the Commanders covering +2 against the Giants. Tyrod did look better with that offense if he plays again.
I hope he does.
Yeah, if he doesn't, we know how that all went with Daniel Jones. Yeah. I just don't see that offense moving well.
No.
Bet $10 that wins 125-22. Last week we got 2 right because the Niners and Bills fucked us, but
yes, they did. Pretty bad.
Yeah. But all right, quarter 2 with after the bad betting is our miscellaneous. So today we felt like it was time to just let some frustration out on some topics in NFL, football, whatever, just because it's that time of year.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you go first.
Minnesota Vikings. I've been a Minnesota Viking fan for most of my life. I've seen nothing but disappointment and heartbreak. Blair Walsh missing field goals. Brett Favre throwing picks. Teddy Bridgewater blowing out his knee. Beating the Minnesota Miracle, the Minneapolis Miracle, and then watching the Eagles stomp us 37-7. This year, I hate watching this Minnesota Vikings team. I hate watching them because we beat the Bears. Yeah, cool. That's cool. Really, really cool.
Almost lost.
But should have lost that game. This team is broken. They need to, in my opinion, get rid of Danielle Hunter. They need to trade away all the pieces you can and start fresh. That's the thing about Minnesota. We have been above average to mediocre the whole time I've watched it. Just rebuild the damn team. Get rid of everyone. Keep Alexander Madison if you want to. He's cheap. If Kirk Cousins will give you a cheap deal, keep Kirk Cousins. If not, don't re-sign him. Just be bad for a couple of years and get some draft picks, because we're always getting a draft pick from, at our worst, 16, top 15, or above the top 15, over top 15. And then at our best, like pick 23, sometimes pick 28, depending, because we're never going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This team just needs a reset. I want Kevin O'Connell, if you want to keep him. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't really like him, but if you want to keep him, fine. But you need to figure out what you want to do with this team and then build.
Keep JJ?
I would like to keep JJ, but I don't. It's so much money. JJ is a generational player. He is the best receiver I've seen on the Vikings in a long time. I would love to keep JJ, but if JJ is going to throw a fit and wants to play with a better quarterback, keep the cap space, build a defense. I don't know. I really honestly,
you can trade him away for quite a fucking bit.
So we could get the killing for it. I mean, do what you need to do.
Too is you have TJ Hawkinson locked down too. If you really like, in terms of,
if we have TJ, you might as well keep JJ, because like you might as well give some semblance. Because TJ is good, but TJ is like the second tier of tight ends or third tier of tight ends. Like he's not a Travis Kelce. He can't be number one. He just can't be number one target. He's not that guy, pal.
But, if you're gonna reset, at least keep one of those two. Yeah. Just so that way you're not like throwing to fucking nobodies or Mac Jones throwing to wide receiver 3.
Oh yeah, they can't hold on to the ball either. This team is so. This offense, it's not even the defense.
It was almost 10 turnovers almost?
9 turnovers. Minus 9 in turnover differential. It might be more. I don't know what our differential is, but like we were minus 9 sometime in that game. We might be 8 because we got a pick. Yeah. But we also had a turnover somewhere, I think.
So it might have evened out.
Yeah. All I know is this offense is broken. It's not the defense, it's the offense. The defense is scrappy enough to win with.
Well, they're young, too. Like, a lot of them are young.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Brian Flores if there's one thing that I can say has been good about this year, Brian Flores is the best decision we ever made. I want him to be the head coach. I want him to can McConnell, because I just feel like he's done a shitty job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pissed.
No, I get it. I agree. Especially with your guys' contract situations.
Oh, yeah.
JJ's verbally said, like, he's not going to sign until he kind of knows what the quarterback situation is going to be like.
They're gonna keep Kirk for another year. I know they're going to keep Kirk for another year, which is fine. But pay him. Get Kirk on a deal. If not, get another veteran quarterback. They're out there. Get someone that's competent enough to just feed JJ the ball so JJ's happy. Yeah. And then go out there and we got to draft a quarterback. This is the year. If you don't draft a quarterback this year, I'm not watching football.
Marcus is going to become a Raiders fan finally, like you said, the last 3 years.
But then, I like the Raiders. I like John Gruden, but all that shit happens.
So my first rant, I already ranted on the Eagles, so I'm not even going to go back to that. My first rant is the fucking ineligible man downfield on linemen when they're over a yard. Dude, shit is so fucking annoying. They always say, refs will give up to 2 to 3 yards, or whatever, even though it's only in the rule book, it's a yard. But they'll always say they give up to 2 to 3 yards. But the problem is refs do that at their own discretion. And that's the issue. If it's over a yard, you got to flag it every time. Because otherwise, you're nitpicking every game. Every ref is going to be different. I mean, when you have PI, that's different. PI is a completely different thing. It's more subjective and all that shit. Mm-hmm. When you know it's a yard, if they're outside a yard, you got to flag them. For me, they need to fucking increase it to 2 yards or something. Because
I think they need to get rid of it.
Or that too. I'm fucking tired of RPOs or screen passes where the linemen literally are half a yard in front of the 1 yard line, and they're like, ineligible man downfield. It's like, what the fuck? I'm tired of it. I'm fucking annoyed of it.
And why is it like that every single time? Like there was 2 last night. There's just been so much of it. Get rid of the rule. It's a dumb rule. Who cares? Who cares if I throw a wide receiver, or who cares if it looks like they're running and I throw the ball down the field? Who cares? Yeah. Why? What advantage does that give to anyone? Oh, because the linemen are downfield blocking. Okay, they're downfield blocking when you're running the ball. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like,
who cares?
Like,
dumb rule.
The only thing that I can think of is if you're running like a drag route or something, and you have a lineman go down 8 yards and hit a linebacker. But it's like a linebacker's not getting. I've never seen a lineman run 8 yards down the field on a pass play to hit.
Call it offensive pass interference.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. Like I've never seen a lineman go 8 yards to go hit a guy. You know, like if he's hitting somebody, it's usually within probably 2 to 4 yards typically. Dude, it's just such a fucking annoying rule. I'm tired of seeing.
Okay, give him 5 yards then. Like how many routes are run within 5 yards? Give him 5 yards to do it. Like I don't know. It was stupid.
Because like
it's so annoying.
As a lineman on RPOs, you don't know if they're handing the ball off or not.
No.
So you gotta go hit somebody. Otherwise you look like you're a shit person if you're just standing around.
Yeah.
And then like on screenplays, your lineman got to get out. It's not like when you're in the middle of a game, a lineman doesn't know. A
screenplay might as well be a run play because that's all it is. It's a pass behind the line of scrimmage. So,
and it's like, as a lineman, when you're trying to look downfield to see who you're going to go block, how are you looking to the sideline to know where the fuck you're at? You know, like you're not paying attention to that shit. It makes no sense.
No,
get rid of it or extend it. Like just they need to do something. I'm tired of all the just plays that have to come back because even if it's a fucking 2-yard gain, it's like, God damn it. Now it's a 5-yard penalty and redo it. Like it's just so fucking stupid.
My next one. This one gets me, Skinny. This one gets me. Arthur fucking Smith. Will the Falcons look at me? Look at me in this camera. Look at me. Will the Falcons fire fucking Arthur Smith? I don't care how competitive they are. I hate him. I hate him. He's a shitty coach. I don't care what anyone says. He's a bitch. Fuck him.
Hashtag free Bijan.
Free Bijan. Free Drake London. Free anyone, any offensive player in the first round. Free him. They used Kyle Pitts. Bijan had 10 points. Bijan, I have not seen Bijan get a touch in the red zone unless it was a pass play. What the fuck are you doing as a team? Bijan Robinson, every single play, there is at least 3 or 4 plays you can bring from every fucking game. You can look at it and you're like, wow, this dude is the best running back in the league. Like, he is so talented. I watch him. He's running back 8, and they literally cap his potential because they do not use him like they should. I get the current NFL, you run 2-back systems. Tyler Algier, he plays hard, but he is a fucking average running back in the NFL. He is the Alexander Madison of the NFL. And then Arthur Smith's like, but he runs hard. He had 1,000 yards last year. Bijan Robinson, who we took, and what was he, pick 8?
Like
pick
7
9?
or 8 total.
Yeah. Pick 7, pick 8, pick 6, whatever the fuck he was. They're like, oh yeah, we put a lot of draft capital in a position that we did not need a need at. We did not have a need at. We're going to take him. And you know what we're going to do? Oh, we're going to use him as a gadget player.
Yeah.
He's going to be he's going to catch a lot of passes. He's going to lead our team in probably receptions. We said Jonnu Smith, who we decided, instead of Kyle Pitts, we have a generational talent, a guy that's 6'8", that runs a 4.40, who is just a receiver at tight end. You know what we're going to do? We're going to use Jonnu Smith because, God damn it, he was good with the Titans. He's pretty fast too, don't you know?
Yeah. Well,
oh my God, I hate Arthur Smith.
Because what was it? The game in the red zone, they handed the ball off to Algier like 3 fucking times. Like, and then then there was a penalty, so then like they got to redo it, so they brought Bijan in, and they didn't even hand him the ball. They used him as a decoy. And
doesn't it hurt though? Like having a shared Bijan,
it does. It's so annoying. Isn't
he the most exciting player on your team though?
that league probably. I think
even once you have CMC,
I don't know.
is
I love watching CMC because like that dude turns a -3 pass into a fucking 80-yard.
But
run,
why?
you know?
Because of the volume.
Yeah, that's true.
Bijan, for how talented he is, 15 to 20 touches a game minimum. If you were putting him 25, dude, running backs don't have that long of a freaking shelf life. He's by the time he's in his late 20s, he's probably gonna be washed and his legs are gonna be fucked up. Use him. Use him. That's what you do with the running back. If I was a coach, I don't care if you don't pay these guys. I get it. They only are good for so long. Look at Dalvin Cook. Look at freaking Breece Hall. Breece Hall is making Dalvin Cook look like he sucks.
Yep.
Breece Hall is going out there and making plays. Dalvin can't do it anymore.
Yep.
He is washed, and Dalvin was a good he was a top 2 running back in the NFL for a good portion of his career. Free Bijan, man. Free him, man.
So my next one is at the refs again with the fucking personal fouls on hitting defenseless receivers. I fucking hate it. It's so inconsistent. The Browns Niners game flag for a dude hitting him in the chest. Last night,
soft.
Yeah, like that and like roughing the passer type thing.
Yeah.
Like
the Josh Allen.
Yeah,
one.
like what the fuck?
Soft.
The dude got touched with hands, barely. Like Josh Allen is what 6'3", 6'4", maybe taller. I don't know. 240 fucking pounds. The man's flopping out there on that type of shit. Like, there's no fucking way he's
ain't good for him. I would be too.
But like, you're rewarding. You're in an already hard to play defensive league. You're rewarding an offensive player for bullshit. Like last night, the whole Justin Herbert slide getting hit. Yeah, he got hit in the head, but the dude literally looked back, saw he was about to, like, the defender was already starting to like go down to go tackle him, and he decides to slide. Like, you as a defender, you can't pull up at that point.
No.
And you're rewarding the offensive player for that type of shit. And then they don't flag that one, but then the Derwin James where he hits him shoulder to helmet as he's getting tackled, they flag it. It's just like, it's so inconsistent. I'm tired of it.
It's because they try to pick what they want. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying the NFL's rigged, but I do feel like
it's rigged.
Does it? What makes more money? The Chiefs winning, or the Jets beating the Eagles? Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. I see it. It's just those type of fucking plays are so it's so inconsistent. Unless it's like straight helmet to helmet, leave it be. Like if I'm hitting you with my shoulder as a defender, I'm leading with my shoulder. I'm doing exactly what you want me to do. I'm not leading with the helmet. Mm-hmm. I'm using my shoulder. If I happen to hit the wide receiver in the head, it's going to happen. Like, things like, what about when a running back lowers his helmet on a defender and leads with his helmet? They don't call that shit ever. You know, mm-hmm. Like, it's pick and choosy, and it makes the defense so much harder to play, because what the fuck are you supposed to do? You can't stop your body's momentum in certain situations. Again, the Justin Herbert situation. And then literally earlier in the day, the one where the Browns and 49ers barely, like, hit him in the chest, and it's like, flag.
Softly. And I get it because
you want to protect players. Yeah, I get it. You want to protect your quarterbacks. You want to protect your defensive receivers. Mm-hmm. But there's shit like that's just fucking annoying. Where
it's stupid.
If you're hitting them straight in the chest, yeah, there's going to be hard hits. But if they're not hitting them in the helmet, hard helmet to helmet, or they're cracking them hard in the fucking chest like they probably should be, you don't want the person to catch the ball. I mean, no. I'd rather have you hit them in the fucking chest or up in this area than taking them out at the fucking knee.
This is why the NFL, like, it's gotten crazier. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff that happens. Like, oh, Patrick Mahomes throws for like 6,000 yards and like 300 touchdowns. But like, you go back even to like 2010. Think about how different, and it's only been like 13 years. Yeah. Think about how different the league was. you have freaking scandals of like
headhunting,
stuff like that. Like I get that you want to protect the players, and I understand like the players like everyone's softer now.
Finish up.
Everyone's softer now, but like it takes away from football. Like football used to be like, oh my gosh, like think about how tough these players are, and like everyone's just it's all about the money now. It's just
well,
it's
it's
got
like
a
the
different feel.
NCAA on targeting, where you can have a targeting call no matter if you launch your feet
Yeah,
and hit the dude in helmet to the chest, they'll still call targeting. It doesn't fucking make any sense.
stupid.
Like if you hit me in the chest with your helmet, yeah, don't lead with your helmet. Clearly, you're not supposed to do that, but it's gonna happen in games, especially depending on the angle you're going, like shit like that. Like in the heat of the moment, a player's not thinking about that. The player's thinking, "I'm gonna go take you down." But if as long as you're not getting helmet to helmet, if you're cracking them in the chest, don't fucking call it targeting. It's so fucking annoying.
It's football, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't think people understand. Like, oh, we want a player safety. I get it. You don't want players to get messed up, but it's football. It's a physical
You
game.
literally are going know what you're getting into when you're getting on the field.
If you want all of it to be softer, take off pads.
Well, and then the other one too is they worry about all these injuries this way, but all these people are tearing ACLs on turf fields, but they won't do shit. But we got 2 rants in. That was much needed.
I need the Arthur Smith one because gosh,
oh yeah,
it gets me.
We've been mad about that since last year with Kyle Pitts
and Drake London.
All right, quarter 3 fantasy. So we'll start with this week. We're just doing two players we like matchups, 2 players or whatever dislikes, and then we're gonna go over like moving forward who we think the top 3 will be at each position at quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. As we don't really give a shit about kickers, that could change in
or defense.
Or defense can change in a day. But first, start off. So my first like of the week is Kenneth Walker versus the Cardinals. I know the defense has been gritty. I know the Seahawks been down. This is a weaker defense than what they've kind of played, to where, like I said, Kenneth Walker hasn't had 100 yards. I think it's time that the Seahawks play better ball when they're able to run the ball more efficiently. They're going to be able to feed Kenneth Walker, get him going. That's going to open up everything for Geno Smith to throw to DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, that team's got some talent on there. The Seahawks need a win. That defense, if they can do anything like what the Rams did to them, like what the who else did the Cardinals? I'm blanking. Oh, the 49ers did to them.
Yeah.
I guess divisional players in that team, they all have 100 yards. CMC had 50 fucking points against them.
Yeah.
So like,
well, and the other thing too is Kenneth Walker is getting every fucking snap. You know, like he's getting a large flux of snaps still. Like
he is, but dude, Zach Charbonnet keeps getting.
But the big thing is like the red zone. Like the red zone.
Yeah.
I hardly ever see Kenneth when I'm watching the games. I hardly ever see him come out. You know, like it's very, unless clearly if you break a 60-yard run, usually you're gonna go and replace him. But for the most part, he's in the red zone. That's why he's top 10 in a running back right now, or whatever he is.
Yeah,
because he's.
He's a good player. He's one that everyone was scared, and he dropped way too far, man.
Well, I kept him at round 9. I don't know what he was going at normally, but I kept him in round 9.
Yeah.
The person that I regret keeping is Davion Pierce in round 5. But
Pierce has sucked. But yeah, no, I agree. I think that the Seahawks, it'll be a competitive game. That Arizona's played so scrappy, but it doesn't. Their defense still sucks. Like it's just, even though it's been scrappy, it sucks. So yeah, I agree. Mine is anyone on the offensive position that you can start against the Minnesota Vikings with the 49ers, please start them. Debo's out. Ayuk. I don't care. I know the Vikings have been playing better. Dude.
If CMC plays,
dude.
I don't know. Is Debo officially out? I don't know.
I think he is, but it doesn't matter. Ayuk's the number 1. Like, just play him. Play anyone on that team. If the Vikings beat them, like, listen to me. I'm gonna apologize to you first, foremost, because goddamn, what do we do? How do we win that game? Because the 49ers are the 49ers are the exact type of team that have, since I've watched the Minnesota Vikings, doesn't matter if Kirk Cousins under center, doesn't matter if it's Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater, whatever, like a team that has a tough front seven, like the Minnesota Vikings, you might as well just, it's good night, goodbye, because we get
Kirk's
destroyed.
Kirk's gonna have to get the ball out.
Kirk's gonna freaking die. The only person that I felt like was decent at that was like Teddy Bridgewater, because he just dumped the ball off. Like,
Yeah,
Kirk's flaw is he holds the ball. Kirk will like hold the ball to see if he can make something happen. He'll take the hits, which hurts him, but like, I don't know. That's a bad matchup for Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's really bad.
Yeah. CMC, I think, plays. He's projected to play. I think he'll still play. Maybe just have some extra padding on his side, but unless he's dead or it's his hamstring or calf, I think he plays. My next one is Mahomes versus the Chargers division game. The offense has been scrappy, but the Chargers pass game, literally, like every time that these two like teams play, it's just a fucking shootout.
Yeah.
So like, I expect Mahomes to go over 300 yards. Like, yeah, they can run the ball, but I can just complete a fucking quarterback shootout between the two.
Chargers doing Charger stuff, man.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be what is it like? They always, both teams always score over 30 points or like some shit like that. Just, it's always a high scoring game.
You're probably right, but I just don't feel it this year with the.
I know. I don't.
Yeah,
the offense has been different, but the Chargers always struggle guarding Travis Kelce. It doesn't, like, they know it's coming to Travis Kelce. Like last year, the 2 games, like Travis literally led the like.
Okay, I know this is a little off topic. Does Travis Kelce just not? I know that his ankle and stuff like that. He looks slow.
Well, yeah, that could be the thing. I
mean, I know that his ankle is that, but like, and I know that he's fighting through some stuff, but he just looks slow to me.
Again, age catches up with you. Once you hit an injury, age catches up a lot faster than like
people think.
Yeah, people think. Like it's not.
He's looking old to me.
Yeah, but he's still.
I mean, he's still. Is he number 1 tight end in fantasy?
I don't know, but
I bet he is. I bet
it's got to be damn close.
He's
due for a 4 touchdown game, so I'm waiting for that too.
Oh, me too. You cannot believe it. Yeah, he's number 1.
Yeah, and he wasn't for the very long,
No, he missed a game and he had a terrible like first game.
Yeah,
he's been good. Dolphins pass catchers versus the Eagles.
Yeah,
let me tell you, this Eagles defense isn't the Eagles defense of last year. It's not even close to the same team. It's got a good run defense. So like, if Jalen Carter plays, I wouldn't start Mostert or anyone else who's gonna go for what we think is big numbers, but the pass catchers, Tyreek Hill, who's going to cover Tyreek Hill?
Yeah,
who's going to cover Waddle?
It's going to have to be a lot of zone, and then the big thing is relying heavily on our pass rush to get like the biggest. So
wait, are you feeling a Chase Claypool touchdown this week?
Fucking pretty much. No, like the Eagles rely heavily on their pass rush to get home. Like that's the only way that we're going to even come close to winning this game. We're not. If we play man,
done.
We're done. Done. There's no way. If Darius Slay's healthy, James Bradbury, they're fucking old as shit. Like they're old. They're slower than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. We might not have one of our safeties. So I mean, is
Slay hurt?
Yeah, he was hurt last week.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, and then
but he hasn't been playing very well.
No, I mean like.
He's old though.
Yeah,
man.
Compared to last year, Bradbury and Slave dropped off significantly, and then our cornerback 3 has been very. We've had Joe, we've had Rick,
Gardner Johnson, who made your guys' defense better.
The safety position, yeah. But our safety that we have now, I mean, Blankenship, he's very good. I like him. But it's going to come down to our pass rush getting to Tua. I mean, Hassan Reddick has started to come alive. 2 games now. He's had 2 sacks. Like he's getting to back because last year, he took off last year. So, and then if we have the big one is if we have Jalen Carter, that hurt us so bad against the Jets.
Dude, that is the best pick.
Yeah, as much as I love Jalen Carter and Fletcher Cox,
Jordan Davis and Fletcher.
Yeah, Jordan Davis. Jalen Carter just like outshines both of them. Just so.
Dude, he is good. He's very good.
So my first dislike this week is Minshew versus Cleveland. Minshew did have a rough game against the Jags, which the Jags defense is not as good as the Browns. And the way the Browns defense has been playing, I am afraid Minshew is going to die. Like, he's going to have, not die, but just, I don't know. Myles Garrett, I wouldn't want to get hit by Myles Garrett.
No, neither would I. That's a grown man.
I just don't see him having another, 10 points or less. I see him having a 10-point or less game just because of how that defense has been playing. They're going to have to run the ball more, I think, a little bit. And it's going to be very controlled.
I got Minnesota versus the 49ers, and anyone on Minnesota. I don't want Kirk. Kirk's been good in fantasy for the most part. He had a down game last week, but hard. I mean, not a hard matchup, but like
they're gonna have to throw the ball.
Yeah, they're gonna have to throw it a lot,
and Kirk's gonna take a lot of pressures.
But I have Alexander Madison in both leagues, both my main leagues. Don't want him.
Gonna be on the bench in both.
No, I'm gonna have to play him in at least one of them. I don't feel good about it. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Fuck no, not even Kirk Cousins. The Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football. Terrible.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, Kirk in primetime. Yeah, that's
no Minnesota in primetime.
No, but I'm just saying Kirk Cousins as an overall, like, his record is not good in primetime. No. But adding the Viking situation, that is not good either.
No, it doesn't help. But I don't want any part of it. That team is going to. I just feel like it's a easy breezy 28-6 game.
Yeah, losing. I have Jordan Addison, and I'm tempted to not even play him because I'm just like, he's going to get like 2 passes his way. I don't know. I don't know if Kirk's going to even have time to throw the ball.
No, Kirk will throw it to him. Yeah. Like, Kirk will get it to him, but like, here's the thing. Like, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly.
So mine is Stevenson against Buffalo. I know Stevenson started to come alive a little bit, but he just has looked, again, he's looked bad for the most part of it. And the Buffalo defense, they were doing pretty well stopping Saquon and slowing him down for most of the game.
He did have a good number, so
yeah,
23 for 94. But Stevenson.
Yeah. Like it took a lot for Saquon to get there, and
that's a bad game too.
The way Stevenson has not been playing well, I think he's gonna. It's still flex option viable, especially with bye weeks. Like 6 teams are on bye this week, so
I'm gonna have to play him.
You're gonna have to play him, but I do not like that matchup
at all. Hurts. Stevenson hurts, man. My last one is Bills running backs versus the Eagles. This is if Jalen Carter plays.
Oh, you meant Dolphins running backs
or Dolphins? Yeah, Dolphins. Yeah. Dolphins running backs. Sorry, thank you for the correction. If Jalen Carter plays, I don't know if I want any part of that.
Yeah, as much as they have popped off, that run game is going to have a lot of difficulty. You're almost inclined as the Dolphins to be like, Tua, you're going to throw the ball 55 times this game. Type of thing. Like, we know that we can throw the ball on this defense. Can we run? Probably not. Like, teams, you'll have a couple big rushes against them, but like, for the moment, because what did Breece Hall finish with the total fantasy points last week?
19.
Yeah. And one of them was a gimme rushing touchdown.
Yeah. That was the one where the Eagles defender pushed him.
Pushed to go, because again, we wanted them to score. We didn't want them to drain the clock and kick a field goal. So we wanted them to score, so we had the 2 timeouts to drive down the field, which again should have never happened because you should have punted the ball, ran the clock down.
I think they needed the touchdown though.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is because that's
what was the final score of that game?
20-14.
Oh yeah.
So we were up 14 to.
It was they could have won by a field goal. You're right.
Yeah, we had like 2 minutes left. You snap the ball, run third down, run third down, punt it, make Zach Wilson fucking drive the field 75 plus yards. Instead, you force the ball, throw a pick, and let Breece Hall would have had 6 less points.
Skinny was having a rough day that day.
Yeah, but our run defense has been very good. And yeah, Jalen Carter has been a very big, because the question is, you got to double team somebody. Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. Who are you going to double team? And even with the double team, Jalen Carter's been getting home.
Yeah,
he pressures like so.
He kind of reminds me of like Aaron Donald, dude. Like he's disruptive.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. Next we're gonna cover. Basically, we agree on top three who we think will remain the top or be the top three towards as it keeps going.
My first one in
just name the three in a row.
Allen, Hurts, Herbert. Yeah, I think those three are probably the safest. They're going to be top three probably. Hurts, we had our long discussion about Hurts. Fantasy wise, dude runs the ball. He's going to get a lot of touches. I don't worry about him
again. Unless play calling changes, he gets at least half the red zone rushes. Type of thing.
Same thing with Allen. Similar. He's going to do a lot of stuff. He hasn't been running a lot, but he's been passing a lot. But he's been very high ceiling, low floor this year. It's been kind of weird, but I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I have him. You just got to take the good weeks with the bad weeks. It's kind of one of those things. Herbert's been money. He's been really good. I don't know if he was good last week, or yesterday, but
he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, so he was probably good enough.
227 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So good enough,
and an interception. But yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
compared to other quarterbacks, like even though Patty Mahomes was a high scoring quarterback last year, he hasn't played like that. Joe Burrow hasn't played unless one of these guys just starts clicking and just popping off to overcome these three. I would agree.
I want to put Patty Mahomes on there, but you can't. Joe Burrow, you can't.
Unless they would have to have some pretty big games compared to these guys.
The only thing that I'll say with Patty Mahomes is he's been running a lot this year, so that is good fantasy points, but passing wise, man, he's not anywhere close. It's been bad. I mean, his top target right now looks like Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice.
Yeah, I think that's.
I have him in one of the league. I think I have him in your league, which I'm just bench dash. He's
fucked over Milton over that one.
I didn't. No, I didn't do that.
I did. Well,
he did it himself.
He drafted 9 wide receivers. Yeah, no. Shout out Milton.
Sorry, Milton. Running backs, CMC. Obviously, Eckler looks like he has a lot of volume. I had a tie for the third. I feel like Bijan and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's kind of in a similar situation. Free Tony.
Yeah, up until last night,
he had a couple duds.
8 and 7.
Yeah,
and then 15. He's not. Well, again, some of those games were blowouts or whatever, and they had to change. Whatever.
There's been some outliers at the position too. Do I think that Mostert's going to be a top 10 running back towards the end of the season? Fuck no. There's too many players in that offense.
Yeah, he has 11 touchdowns so far. It's going to start slowing down.
11?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Devon Achane, he is a better player.
Yeah, when he comes, well, again, you have to think, when he comes back, and especially this week, they're not going to be able to run the ball like they have been.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Achane's average 12 yards a carry, dude.
Why throw them the ball when you literally are able to throw the ball to everybody else? I agree.
Crazy offense. Crazy.
What they're gonna. Most of it's gonna continue to drop.
Jeff Wilson Jr. too will be in the mix.
Bijan definitely. If Arthur Smith ever fucking just unleashes him and uses him to where
he doesn't have a rushing touchdown.
That's so crazy to me.
Does not have a rushing touchdown, and I could bring up 3 clips where I could prove to you that he's the most talented running back in the league.
Yeah. So Bijan, what's he at? What is he at now? Number
RB8, and then Tony Pollard's RB9.
So. Those two can definitely, if they
actually use
use right. Because last night, Tony Pollard in the first half had 4 catches, but he only had 4 catches for 6 yards.
Dak had 6 for 80 or something like that towards the end.
Yeah, well, second half I didn't watch the second half. I went to fucking bed, but
it was a game not to watch though.
I guess he had a bigger play in the second half, but in the first half, the only time he was getting a reception was Dak held the ball for 3 or 5 seconds. Nobody's open. I need to get it off before I get sacked.
He finally freed Tony, and then he also lit up CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, you want to know why? Because CeeDee was in the fucking slot pretty much all game.
Put him in the slot then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he thrives in the slot. They were talking about how he's played in the slot more than he has ever in his career, and I'm like, that's bullshit. Because last year that dude was in the slot like every fucking play. This year he has not been, and they do it finally this game. And what'd he go like? His first like 5 catches, I think he went like 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 or some shit, and like 90 yards.
I have CD and Olave. Just let him play, man. Let him do good. That's all I want in life. Wide receivers now. Tyreek, Chase, and Cup.
Oh yeah.
JJ, who knows if he'll play this year? Like that's kind of I thought of him like
the other one too. He missed 4 games. That's gonna take
it's gonna take a lot. I mean, so did Cup missed a lot of games too. I don't know if
Cup missed 4 games, but Cup gets a
ton of targets.
Like his first game back, he had 12 fucking targets.
Yeah.
JJ may see 12 targets on like just a crazy, he's more
JJ with 12 targets over Cup with 12 targets. Like JJ can do more with those 12 targets than Cup can.
Yeah.
But Cup is just a reception monster.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I feel like once I get hot, like I feel like I'm more of like a Cup than a JJ. You know what I mean?
Well, because you're not the fastest guy in the field.
Hey, you know what? You don't have to be the fastest guy. Cup ain't. Well, Cup's not fast.
I mean,
that's how I am though. Like I'm someone
Cup
that
is going to continue to be fed 10 to 15 targets every game.
Yeah.
In PPR, that's literally
money. Yeah.
That's more points than some people are scoring in a week, with all their targets and yards. But, Tyreek is just no one can cover. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Isn't it annoying though?
Yeah, kind of.
It's like
fun,
stupid.
But it's fun though. I love when he scores. He just all the celebrations. Like this week, he fucking took the phone, or was it this week or last week? Yeah, this week he took the phone and did a backflip on the phone in his hand, and like the NFL deleted that shit real quick. Like they were like no. So then all these people on like Twitter were like making sure the video was getting out there and sharing it. And like one of my favorite comments was like, the NFL deleted it. Might fine Tyreek for this thing, but they'll end up putting it in some NFL commercial down the road. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious and spot on. Tight ends.
Kelsey. I know we said he's slow, but he's still number 1. And he's
number 1, and he's not been playing great either. With Patty Mahomes not playing great. So
if he starts playing really well, maybe I'll win some more games in my league. We'll see. Sam Laporta, dude's a stud. Yeah. I really, really like Sam Laporta. I like this Lions team. I kind of want anyone I can get on this Lions team, but
he's filling that number 2 position. Like, it's like the Tyreek, Travis Kelce type. Clearly not as good. But you got your 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's
TJ Hawkins.
That's what I was thinking.
Like
TJ. Yeah. And Mark Andrews, who is Lamar's favorite target.
Zay Flowers is coming up, but Mark Andrews is his man.
Zay Flowers is a dog.
Yeah,
he's a dog. You got to remember that.
I really need to go fucking watch that video. Just count how many times you guys said it's still.
Oh, you'd be a rich man if you get $1 every single time you do. But you know what? You got to understand. Some people are dogs. You did good on that one.
Yeah.
Making a hell of a good time. We're just going to be like close to 10 over now.
I told you I wanted to hit the 20 minutes, but when we have guests, that makes things a little bit different.
No, we're going to be 10 over, so we're doing actually fantastic today.
Quarter 4. We're here. We are here.
We are here.
So upcoming games. Let's just start. Iowa State has a bye week, so they do not play this week. So they get to relax and not lose a game. Let's see here. Number 7, Penn State plays number 3, Ohio State. That's going to be a very fun game to watch. Big Ten matchup. Potentially the winner of this game, pending future wins and losses. Whoever wins this game is making a strong push for college football playoffs.
Do I have Penn State? I can't remember who has Penn State.
Dude, I don't know.
I hope I have Penn State.
But I think Penn State could easily upset Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
It's at Ohio State, so it's going to be very difficult to do. But I think they could. It's going to be a good matchup. Number 11 Alabama versus number 17 Tennessee. Bama's been good more often than not. They've had their ups and downs.
So Tennessee's good again?
Yeah.
Who's their quarterback? Oh, it's the guy that took over for Hooker, right?
Yeah. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But the biggest thing with Tennessee is they're not getting like the big explosive plays like they did with Hooker. Mm-hmm. So I see Alabama winning this game because Milroe for Alabama, the quarterback, he's kind of getting himself, feeling himself after that, not playing that 1 week and all that. Like, yeah, he's looked a lot better now. And like Tennessee relies on the big plays. I haven't really had that. I think Bama pulls it out. Number 4 FSU plays number 17 Duke. FSU, I think, wins this. The funny thing is like FSU,
I'm taking Duke.
FSU is favored by like 14 points.
I'm taking Duke.
You heard it first.
You heard it right. You heard it first.
Are you going to bet on that?
No.
You could have $50 free and put it on Duke.
You think I'd win a lot of money?
I don't know what they're.
I'll win all the money.
Let's see here.
Send me. I'll do it. Fuck it.
Your $50 free that I send you?
Yes.
Or you can put $10 on it.
No, I'll put all 50. If I win, then you know. I know what I'm doing.
Let's see here. Where's that? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. It didn't delete my parlay from earlier. I was like, why is that such high odds?
I don't know.
So $50 wins $240. Not worth it.
Is it not?
No. You're just better off putting 10 on it and taking the 45.
Terrible.
Okay. You could make like a parlay out of it, like Bama, like whatever. If you think Penn State's gonna upset too, like
you're damn right.
Penn State and Duke. Fuck, I just skipped over it. That's $675.
It's a good chunk of change.
Yeah. And it's $50 free that you get for signing up for FanDuel using my reference code that you haven't fucking done for the last 6 weeks. Because, I'm going to start sports betting and still hasn't fucking done it.
I know.
Number 14 Utah plays number 18 USC. I'm shocked that USC dropped that far.
What number are they?
18.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That's pretty far.
Yeah. I don't know. Utah's look good. USC's defense is trash. It's not played well. Does Caleb Williams turn it around? I don't know.
He should just get ready for once he plays for the Bears next year.
No, dude. I think he stays in the
one
more year.
They could be a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah, I don't know. And lastly, Iowa is ranked again. Probably the worst team ranked because they're fucking one loss. Number 24 Iowa plays Minnesota. I think Iowa somehow wins it because that's how it fucking always works.
Yeah. You're damn right.
It's gonna be so funny when they like go 10-1 or whatever, 11-1, and fire their offensive coordinator because he didn't get 325 points. Like that's gonna be the best part. From it. I don't know if they actually will fire him if they still do well. I don't know. But their offense has been atrocious and their defense is what's keeping them in.
That's what I hear.
All right. So Pick'ems. Currently, last week I went 10-5. I overall currently 58-35. So not bad. Marcus had a little bit better of a week and went 11-4. And is currently at 57-36. So we are pretty much dead even. One game close. Off. And then Rob went 9-6.
Congratulations,
so
Rob.
You now currently lead our guests in Pick'em at 9-6. So
Alonzo, go fuck yourself.
Good thing we don't have a guest this week because we'd have 3 less games, so make it a little bit tougher. And Alonzo had 16 games. Come on now, Alonzo.
That's true, Alonzo. 8-8.
Yeah. All right. So for upcoming matchups and pick'ems, um, start off with Thursday night game. A little bit of questionable here because of Trevor Lawrence. I took New Orleans just because as of right now, Trevor Lawrence may not play.
I took New Orleans too. They did lose a bad game. I'm not sold on the Jags. So, I mean, this is a game that I have so much going on this game because I have Calvin Ridley and Chris Olave. Okay. So I just hope this is a shootout. I hope New Orleans wins, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I need a big game for both.
I solely chose this because Trevor Lawrence is probably not going to play. I just short week. I just don't see him playing. So I took New Orleans. If Trevor Lawrence does play, I would have him. If I knew for sure Trevor Lawrence was going to play, I would take Jaguars because I think they're starting to bloom finally. But yeah, I'm taking New Orleans with the whole. What's his nuts not? Yeah, Lawrence not playing, and he hasn't even then. Lawrence hasn't looked great either.
None of them have.
No. Next game, we got the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders
at the Bears. Yeah, Brian Hoyer led Raiders, baby.
Oh yeah, I'll take the Raiders over the Bears any day.
Well, Justin Fields
plays. I'm taking Brian Hoyer.
Hell yeah,
I'm taking.
Well, dude, the Raiders. Ever since that win against the Packers, like everything's just kind of turned around for them. Like their defense is playing a lot better.
I mean, that's a team that has talent on there.
Yeah. Then, the Devontae thing scared me a little bit when Jabril Peppers fucking rocked his world.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh shit.
I mean, Jacoby Myers the best wide receiver on that team, I guess.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, Jacoby Myers has been killing it, man. He's got to be top 15 at least.
The Pats fucked up,
dude. What were they doing, man?
He is.
Hey, Jacoby Meyer got that dog in him.
Yeah, so good. We got the Browns at the Colts.
Give me Cleveland. Give me Cleveland 1,000%.
Yeah, even if PJ Walker plays, I don't care who's at quarterback. And after beating the Niners, it's like I think they can do it. And like I said, I think Minshew is going to have some struggles with that defense. And the other one too is even though JT's back, Zach Moss is still getting red zone touches. Like
you're gonna pay JT, which pay JT. But Zach Moss looks legit.
Yeah,
man.
like
I told you though. You were like, dude, I don't know. It's been a couple weeks. It's like I don't know. Zach Moss is kind of legit, man. I gotta watch that game. He's doing pretty well.
He had the rushing touchdown. It's so. Why are you paying JT all this money?
Isn't he like top 5 right now in fantasy?
I think so. Like, okay. Why are you paying JT to sit on the bench in the red zone? You're saying you're a fucking idiot. Like I don't get it. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna pay this guy. I don't want blah blah blah. And then when you pay him, you're like, oh, we're not gonna play you. Ha ha ha. Even though JT's getting paid to.
And then my boy, Anthony Richardson. Can I just say he was top 10 while he's playing? Does that count? Am I right? Am I right on the season? Like he was good. He was
you'll get a star. We'll put a star next to it. You know, like
an asterisk, like half a star. Can I get half a star? Because I take half a star.
We'll give an asterisk, and at the bottom we'll write was close. was there before?
Was so close, but so far.
Next one is Buffalo at New England.
Buffalo's got to get their shit together. It's gonna be Buffalo.
Yeah. At this point, I think New England just kind of needs to tank. Just. Whatever.
Just pass every pass to Ramondre because I got so much Ramondre.
Next one is the Commanders at Giants.
I'm taking Washington.
Yeah. I know Tyrod. If Tyrod plays, they look a little bit better offensively. The Daniel Jones. You don't pay Daniel Jones all that money if he is healthy not to play. So they're gonna play him if he's healthy. And I don't like that. And the Commanders defense played a lot better. You want to know what they did? They benched Forbes.
Yeah, Forbes. But I said in the offseason, though, that was someone that I didn't like, and he has not played well.
He just needs to
develop.
Yeah. You can't. He's not like Christian Gonzalez and Witherspoon and being like, "Hey, go guard number ones." Not gonna happen. Next one is the Falcons at Tampa Bay.
Took Tampa.
I also took Tampa.
Baker Mayfield's been decent.
Yeah. I also think their defense
is good. Yeah.
And unless Atlanta and Arthur Smith change shit around and start running the fuck out of Bijan and using all of their fucking weapons that they have, I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm.
Not worried. So it'll still probably be a close game, division game, but next one is Detroit at Baltimore.
You're gonna be surprised. I took Baltimore.
I took Detroit.
The reason I took Baltimore is I just feel like Baltimore needs to get back on track. I feel like the Lions have had some troubles against Baltimore in the past. I think the Lions are probably a better team, but I feel like Baltimore is going to give them some hell.
Yeah. I took Detroit just because of how their defense has been playing primarily. It's been very well.
Been very good. In fact, you've said this every week, too.
Yeah. Like, literally, like, their defense is playing a lot better than I completely expected. And then, even though you lose Montgomery, if Gibbs comes back, you gotta finally just unleash him.
Can we just put it in the atmosphere? Gibbs, please come back.
Yeah.
I need you. Gibbs, I need you.
I'll just unleash Gibbs. And Jared Goff, dude, like when we were watching football on Sunday, man is getting the ball to Amon-Ra no matter what. It doesn't fucking matter.
Throw it to Amon-Ra every play. I don't care.
Like, he's feeding Amon-Ra. The Ravens have looked a little up and down. Lamar still hasn't looked great.
No.
But again, I think it's a close game. I think even if Detroit loses, I still think they can at least cover 3. I don't know. We have the Steelers at Rams.
I took the Rams.
Oh, did you?
I was like, this feels like a trap game for the Steelers.
I just feel like it's going to be a bad game overall.
Oh, yeah.
But after the Rams doing what they did to the Cardinals, who are a scrappy team, you got Cooper Kupp and Puka. What the fuck? Yeah. Sure, you got TJ Watt.
Hey, I just want to say, this is the week to buy Puka. Like, Courtney, trade me Puka. For whoever you want, trade me Puka.
She wants Bijan.
Courtney, you can have Chris Godwin. No takesy backsies.
But yeah, I think after that beat down to the Cardinals, you got Cooper Kupp healthy, Puka healthy. Good luck guarding them.
Yeah.
And the Pittsburgh offense has, with Matt Canada, until Matt Canada is gone and you got somebody else, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Next one is Arizona at Seattle.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, the Seahawks. They need to win this.
Yeah, it's a big game for division, for everything. Obviously, Arizona's not going to be. I don't have them in the playoffs. I don't see them in the playoffs, but still,
yeah,
you need this win.
Green Bay Packers at Denver Broncos.
Green Bay. Took Denver.
I took Denver.
It's Denver.
It's the Russ in me. All right, like I love Russ. They have to get it to click at some point. Their offense has not been that bad. It's their defense that's been fucking them, and I don't know. Like, they got to get something figured out, and I think Russ could finally fucking do this game. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love has been a little questionable the last couple weeks. I'm kind of banking on that. I think Russ can finally. I don't know. Him and Sean Payton figure it out. That's all I fucking know. Just something needs to be figured out there. Next one is Chargers at the Chiefs.
I took Kansas City.
So I wanted to take the Chargers, but
you can't bet against.
In this divisional game, it's so hard to not bet against. You have to bet with the Chiefs.
That's what I thought. I was like, I actually I was like, I kind of like the Chargers over the Chiefs, but then I was like, it's Patrick fucking Mahomes.
Yeah, the big thing is the Chargers offense has looked way better, and their defense is finally playing a little bit better. But for some reason, whenever it's Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelce, they can't fucking do it. I don't know. I just, you can't bet against, especially at home too. You can't bet against it. Then we have Miami at Philly.
You say yours.
Well, I'm not gonna not take Philly. Every game this year, I'm going to take Philly in, even though I know they probably aren't going to win. It's just an automatic loss for me pretty much some of these weeks. But I'm going to take Philly every week.
I'm taking Miami, bro.
Yeah.
I'm taking Miami.
That would probably be the smarter route to go, but I'm taking Philly, all right? I'm an Eagles fan. I ain't going to not pick them, all right? I'm true to my team. All right?
Well, I am not.
That's my...
my
reasoning is great, all right? We're gonna run stop. We're gonna Jalen Carter.
You've seen 2 Super Bowls with him, and maybe you've seen 3. Were you old enough? Did you watch once T.O. played in the Super Bowl?
03, 04, I would have been 7 or 8, so probably wasn't paying attention.
Terrible.
I would have maybe. Also, I wasn't an Eagles fan at the time anyway, so probably if I know I watched McNabb and T.O. play together at some point, but
you know, it's weird. I wasn't into football once I was really younger, but I can remember like being at like my great uncle's house and like them having the Vikings game on and like watching like Culpepper throw it to Moss. I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I probably didn't start becoming like a true like into like I always played football. I love football, but like NFL, I probably didn't start paying attention until I was like 9 or 10. So a couple years later. And then last we have San Fran at Minnesota, prime time Monday Night Football. The Manning cast will be up to.
I'm taking the 49ers, but you know what? Mark my words. Trap game for the 49ers. 2 losses. Kirk Cousins is going to come in there, throw 1,000 yards all to Alexander Madison because I need it in fantasy.
Jordan Madison.
Alexander Madison.
Okay, 500 to Alexander Madison, 500 to Jordan Madison.
Fair deal.
Fair deal. I'll take that.
That's like 50 points each. You don't count the receptions. How many receptions? 5 receptions. You got 55 points.
500 yards?
100. Oh, yeah, I guess right. 10 receptions. They're all 50 yarders. They're just blowing up. Alexander Madison's got that third year no one knows about.
Oh, yes. And Kirk Cousins is throwing 1,000 yards in a game. All right. They must be down bad or something.
I might have to play him this week because Josh Allen, you never know.
Yeah. No, I took the 49ers. I think CMC is going to play. Good luck stopping that. Ayuk looked very good as a wide receiver 1. Still got George Kittle.
We're not going to stop any of them. I already said we're not going to stop any. But Kirk Cousins is going to be like...
It's the dog in him, right? It's the dog in him.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
They're going to score
like,
solid
JJ,
6 points.
He's like, who's JJ? I got TJ. I got KJ.
I got TJ.
He's like, who else I got? I got them all.
You got, I don't know, J.A., Jordan Addison.
J.A. I got KJ, TJ, J.A. We're gonna Broncos country. Let's ride.
Oh, Jesus. If it's a low scoring game in a shootout, I would be completely shocked, but it won't be. Definitely thinking I'm feeling like a 30, like, because the 49ers are going to come out and be like, you know what? We have to make a fucking statement after this embarrassment last week. Like the Bosa is going to be on a fucking manhunt to come, and Hargrave are going to be on a manhunt to come fucking kill Kirk Cousins.
1,000%.
And then, Brock Purdy, he doesn't seem like that type of white guy that's like, I'm going to fucking kill you, but like, he's going to be like, you know what?
I'm going to not do nice things to you.
yeah. That's what he's going to do. So they're gonna come out like 31-6. I just feel like it's gonna be a fucking absolute shit show, beat down. You gotta get that one field goal in there because their kicker missed. So like build him confidence back up, get that one field goal in 31-6.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know if the Vikings score a touchdown, and if they do, I would be completely fucking shocked.
Vikings are gonna score 12 points.
They're gonna score what?
12 points. That's what I
12.
Like. Yeah.
Four field goals. Go pick up the Vikings kicker.
Yeah, I agree. Well, like and subscribe.
Did you take it? Did you time it?
No.
My timer was 17 seconds. But all right, like and subscribe. Go follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Spotify, YouTube.